All right, we've got the Dow Industrials up 250 points now, minor losses for the S&P and the NASDAQ. Mike Lee joining us now. Why are Microsoft and Nvidia putting so much money into Britain? We're talking about $40 billion here. What did they get out of it? Is it good for them?
Oh, yes, Stuart. Look, the rest of the world outside of maybe China is severely lagging in AI investment, particularly Europe. However, this is something that Keir Starmer has gotten right. There's a massive Stargate project to get the UK's AI efforts up and running. So they're going to be building data centers the same way they're doing here in America. And, it seems like a lot of money being spent, but the return on investment north of 30% for a lot of these companies standing up data centers. So it's huge for both Microsoft and Nvidia.
You're a big tech guy. Do you care whether the Federal Reserve cuts rates a quarter point or a half point today, or if there are more rate cuts before the end of the year? Does it matter? Does it count for you as a big tech kind of guy?
Yeah, it absolutely does. Interest rates affect, especially the Fed funds rates, they affect all assets, right? And so as rates come down, the price to earnings multiples expand for most stocks, other than stocks where that are related to floating rate interest rates, and the interest rates are going to come down, so the yields are less to people. But outside of that very narrow sliver, it expands the multiples, especially for tech stocks, because as interest rates go down, where are you going to get return other than the growth of a lot of these tech stocks? So I think we should get 50 today. I don't think we will. I think we'll get 25, 25, 25, and potentially up the fourth one coming in January. But that kind of remains to be seen.
For a long time, you were telling us that CoreWeave was your favorite investment and an investment that's really going to do extremely well. That stock took I'm going to call it a plunge. I think it went from 190 down to about 88. Now it's back up to 117. Where does CoreWeave go from here?
Look, I think their revenue in 2027 is going to be north of $20 billion at a 60% gross margin. That puts this at a $250 billion market cap company with a 20 multiple on that, which translates to between a 4 and 5x from here. I think on the low side, you get a triple by the end of next year, and then within 2 years, you could see yourself in a 4x on this company.
Same with MRVL technology, a doubling maybe?
Yeah, MRVL. So they're going to their trailing 12 revenue is about $8 billion, in their fiscal year 2028, which is about 2 years from now, they're going to do $22 billion. I think that stock is an easy triple from here and in the 18 to 24 month range. These are my two top picks at the moment. I think they're easy wins. I think MRVL, there's very limited downside. CoreWeave, a lot of debate on their business model given the leverage they use, but I'm bullish on both of them. I think there's a tremendous amount of upside.
You're a very popular guy on this program with some of our viewers who've made a great deal of money. Mike Lee, thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll see you back in New York soon. Thank you very much. All right, coming up, our